Hey everyone, it's Coffee Stitcher. I think I'm going to go back to Sunday videos, just simply because that makes my life a little easier. So, we're back on Sunday videos! Yay! Sunday videos! How's everyone doing? It's really good to hear. Hello, Ruby Bear. Or we're probably about to get visited by the dog again. He's very confused as to who I'm talking to again, but that's okay. He's a good bear. Yes, he is. He's a very good bear. Well, I'm glad everyone had a good week. We are finally pretty well situated. I've got a little bit of organization with my books still to go. But beyond that, I think I've basically got everything set where it's going to be. We got a new couch. Everything's kind of going along great. So we're all settled. I've gotten Stitchy time in this week. I actually will have more Stitchy time once I'm done with the video, which is exciting. So, yeah. So, got a little bit of haul. Tiny bit of haul. Have some questions to answer. I've got 3 projects to show, as well as my Scarecrow essay. So, here we go. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper because it's late enough in the day that I'm on Dr. Pepper now. And these are our new glasses. We just got them at Pier 1, like yesterday, because we needed new glasses. So, alright, so we'll start with the haul. This was a purchase from, I got a refund through PayPal, so I used the money on a shopping spree of sorts at, Stitchy Box. So I got 5 skeins of the Odonta, I believe it is. It's the limited edition colorway for Stitchy Box from Gentle Arts. It's sort of a green and brown combination. But it's very pretty. And then I got my Stitchy Box thread palette. I don't know when I will use it, but I have it. I will actually probably use it on something that I do for Mania. Because it's almost time to start picking my Mania projects. Alright, so, question time. Lori Graffour asked, do I still do my blog? Sort of. I need to go in and do updating to it, I know. It's been a while, I will do that eventually. But short answer, not really. It kind of fell by the wayside. So, hello again, Remy Bear. Melissa Olds asked, what are the top 5 tools you cannot live without? Obviously a needle. Q-snap, needle minder, scissors, and depending on what the project is, a pen or a pencil for marking things off. That's the standard things. Tacky bobs are really great for beads. An Ort jar because it keeps G2 from killing me. Or in this case, Brittany, please don't lick the book. That's not good for the book. I love you, but please don't lick the book. He's fine. You can see his little head. He got a haircut this week, so he's a lot shorter than he was last time. Tacky bobs are great. Ort jars are great. I don't really have anything else beyond that. So, hoops when the project is too small or too large for a Q-snap. He's very curious about all this, isn't he? Aren't you, baby bear? Come here. Come here. Come on. Say hello again. See, he got a haircut. Say hello, baby bear. He's not interested. You can stay there. That is a perfectly good spot for you, baby bear. Alright. So there you go, Melissa. Jocks Girl, as the dust settles around your move-in, are you finding less or about the same amount of time to stitch? So far, I don't really have an answer. This will be the first week. It's gonna be about the same, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to actually build in a little more reading time, because stitching doesn't tire me out at night, and then I'm just still ready to keep going, and I've got to stop that. So I'm hoping it'll give me a little more reading time. Fiona asked, have I ever read the Inkheart series by Cornelia Fulk? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I think I actually have the first book, or I had the first book, and I started it, but I just never really got into it. For no real reason, it just for whatever reason, did not grab me. Let's see. Crypt Chicks Crypt asked where could she buy the chart for the Chatelaine cross-stitch octopus treasure cave. The Chatelaine website, which is chatelaine.de. It was nice to see all the people who actually knew the Bobbsey twins. Like, that was kind of cool. And Colbin, I never liked the Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys books, but I really love the Nancy Drew computer games. They're fantastic. You can get through them in a couple of days, but they're actually challenging, and they're really difficult puzzles at times, and there's some real dangerous situations that Nancy gets into. And the Hardy Boys show up sometimes and not in others, and you learn things in them. So I highly recommend those. Let's see. Flowery Dave asked, on the move, did I find anything stitchy-wise that you'd either lost or forgotten about? Not really. Mostly because I had that all pretty organized. There were other things I found that I'd forgotten about. Just memories. I found notes from high school. So those sorts of things I found. But I found actually someone that I was kind of friends with in high school, their school ID was randomly in my file cabinet, and I don't really know why or remember why. I just randomly had it. And I'm sure, like, 12 years ago, I could have told you exactly why I had it, but now I got no clue. Alright, Caitlin Reynolds asked, as far as the series of unfortunate events goes, what did you think of the movie if you saw it? What movie? That movie did not happen. It did not exist. It will not exist. The new Netflix series I'm looking forward to. But there's no such thing as a movie. Jim Carrey was not in it. Neither was Meryl Streep. It did not happen. Did I ever... Button Addict asked if I ever read the Flowers in the Attic series, Mary Poppins, or the Winnie the Pooh books, or the Famous Five or Enid Blyton books. I've never read the Enid Blyton or Famous Five. Never read Mary Poppins. I have read the Winnie the Pooh books, and my copy is, I think, in the other room. And I've read half of Flowers in the Attic. Santos Rivera asked what happened to the pattern I created and when will it be for sale? Soon. I'm hoping to try and get that done soon. I'm in the finalizing phase. Charlene Otting, help when you use a blended thread, so 2 strands of a different color. Does it matter if they twist? Do I use a laying tool? Should they always lay the same? Light on top, dark next. Honestly, what I do is I railroad. So I'll go up and come down with the needle between the 2 threads. I find that helps it lie pretty straight. But if it twists, then it just gives it a more mottled look. So I'm not really too particular about it. Because the thing is up close you'll see it, but when you back off from it a little bit, you're not going to tell. You're going to be far enough away that you won't be able to tell that it's 2 colors together. It'll just look like one color. So, railroading, I don't use a laying tool because I don't tend to stitch 2-handed. I tend to stitch 1-handed. I do have a lap stand that I use sometimes on, like, the big projects, but by and large, I'm a 1-handed stitcher. And I think that's all of the questions. Again, thanks to everyone for the kind words about the move and for the comments about my dog, who is now currently sniffing the floor. That's a good Remy Bear. So, Alright, so we've done haul, we've done Q&A, so let's do whips. I guess the first, I finished London. So I have the first 3 now done of the Clouds Factory postcards around the world finished. And I know I had named the guys originally. I'm actually thinking it's all the same guy. Because it's postcards from around the world, so this guy is just traveling the world, and those are the different things he's doing in the countries. So there's London up close. I used a Moonless Night from Dragonfly Lotus for the fuzziness on his hat. Obviously, I did change the flag to look like the flag of England. And I used a darker green for the grass to keep that consistent. So, but there's what I've done. So, it came along pretty quickly. I know Katie changed her Big Ben a little bit, but I left it as what is because it didn't bother me all that much, and it still doesn't. So, so that's done until next month. So we will see what's coming next. I'm assuming that we'll probably see New York, Berlin, Amsterdam, and Sydney. I'm hoping that we'll see as well Cairo and I'm trying to think where else could we see. I assume we'll probably see somewhere in Mexico, somewhere in South America, maybe Rio de Janeiro, maybe Argentina. There's still a whole bunch of other countries coming, but I assume of America, it's probably going to either be New York, DC, or California. I would presume that they're not going to do multiples from the same country, but I could be wrong. So there we go. We're on our way around the world. So we'll see what comes next. Alright, I'm going to save Scarecrow because he's going to be part of the next segment. So, we're doing a mostly monogamous March, kind of for the Lent thing, and I liked that. That is what I'm actually going to kind of stick with, I think. So, I pulled out Seaflora because I finally went to Staples and got it enlarged. So, when last I left off, I had done all of the middle tone purple and part of the lighter purple. And after 2 days, the body is finished. So, and now I'm going to continue on with the skirt, and then we'll do the fin, and then we'll go up. There's a little bit of weirdness in here because I got off in a couple of spots, so I just sort of made it work. But she's coming along. And I was talking to Katie about doing maybe a color conversion on the greens, but I think I'm still going to go ahead and stick with doing the teal, because I do really like the teal. So, so that's going to be, as soon as my video is done, what I go back to working on. Alright, so for those who don't care about the Scarecrow part, this is where you can tune out. For those who do, I did, before you tune out, I did go ahead, I got some buttons. They're Delicas, I don't remember which ones, but he has buttons. I was going to go ahead and do my Ecru memory thread for the ropes, but I can't find my Ecru currently. So that's just going to wait a little bit. So, but here's the Scarecrow. I used a couple of distressed aged colors to give him more of a weathered look. And I do plan to go back and do an all blue conversion of him at some point. The Scarecrow, though, as described in the original book, is obviously the first major character Dorothy meets. And he is a major player from book 1 until the present. Dorothy leaned her, and he's described as such by Baum. Dorothy leaned her chin upon her head and gazed thoughtfully at the Scarecrow.